so it's a while. And I was born in Scotland, grew up on the East Coast of Canada, and went to university at Waterloo. Did my thesis in Italy. Since I was very young, I got a lot of opportunities to travel to different countries, and I became very interested in different cultures and different landscapes. So I got an opportunity to work on some pretty interesting, exciting projects in places like the mountains in Colombia and coastal regions of Japan. The types of projects I've done internationally have reflected upon the work that I do here. So the things that I learned working in other countries, I then brought that skill and that experience back and started to use it in houses here, and I found that a really interesting way of kind of developing my style as architecture. Our style of architecture is difficult sites. I think that kind of, because I'm looking first at the site, where's the view, what is the natural quality of the site, and try to bring out that in the design and make that a really exciting thing. The house we're standing right now, if you look, I mean, it's got a primary view like this way, but there's also a diagonal view over that way, which is really wonderful, right? And I realized that if we pulled the house further up the site, we would take advantage of some of the views, and we could create a kind of open space in the middle of the site, which would become the area that you see as the swimming pool. There's some of the stuff that we learned on larger commercial buildings in terms of solar and energy efficiency in R2000. We brought that kind of information and knowledge back to this project. It's a kind of unique house in many ways. It's what I call a kind of hybrid construction. It has quite a bit of steel frame, as you'll notice here above. That allows us to create some very large openings and take advantage of the spectacular Anmore mountain views here. The first thing that we tried to do was to work passively with the house in terms of creating passive solar gain. So we use large overhangs to create shading. We use lots of windows to take in natural daylight. I always think a successful house doesn't really need to have artificial lights on during the day if it's sunny out. Then we worked with the contractor to develop a number of other areas of the building. We went for higher R value in the windows, better insulation. We looked at creating a double stud system on the exterior wall, which is a little unconventional in this area, but I think you'll see that as a progressive and evolving science. The time I ever came to Anmore, I didn't really know where it was, and I found this area, and Uplands was one of the first areas I came to, and I fell in love with it. It has a kind of quintessentially Anmore character to it. It's mountain, it's rugged, it has these kind of wonderful alpine views, and I think that's what's special about Anmore, that's what draws people here.